Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something so basic, yet so incredibly misunderstood. Walking isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's a fundamental daily activity, and when you start treating it as an intentional practice, wow, it can completely transform your health and really boost your longevity, especially once we hit our 60s and beyond.
But right out of the gate, I've got a pretty serious question for you to chew on. Are you unknowingly making your daily walk dangerous? I know, it sounds a little dramatic, right? But that safe daily walking habit you rely on every single morning might actually be putting a ton of extra pressure on your joints. If you're doing it incorrectly, you could actually be harming your body. So here's our roadmap for today. First, the aging body's best exercise. Second, the #1 walking mistake. Third, the perfect walking posture. Fourth, why slower is actually better. And finally, the path to independence. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The aging body's best exercise.
Listen, as we age, it's just a reality that our muscles get a bit weaker, our joints get stiffer, and our balance, well, it slowly starts to decline. But walking acts like a total wonder drug to combat all of that. The sheer scale of doctor-backed benefits is literally off the charts. We're talking major support for your heart health, vastly improved circulation, and serious help with blood sugar control. Plus, it builds stronger bones, and, get this, it even boosts your memory and your mood. So the real takeaway here is that despite the natural physical decline that comes with getting older, walking remains the absolute safest and most effective exercise out there, hands down. It is your ultimate defense. But precisely because it's so incredibly critical to your health, doing it right matters immensely. And that brings us to a massively common problem.
Section 2. The #1 walking mistake.
The hidden villain in so many of our daily walks is poor posture, specifically leaning forward. Now, an upright posture keeps your balance nice and stable. But leaning forward, it's incredibly common after 60, and it completely throws off your natural body weight. I mean, it might seem totally harmless at first glance, but it forces your joints to work so much harder than they were designed to. It literally dumps a massive amount of extra pressure right onto your knees, your hips, and your lower back. And the hidden dangers of this forward lean go way beyond just having sore knees the next day. Think of it like a domino effect. When your posture collapses, your balance immediately becomes unstable. That drastically increases your risk of trips and falls, which, by the way, is actually one of the leading causes of injury for seniors. But here's a physiological fact that blew my mind. Bad posture physically compresses your body. It reduces your lung expansion, making you feel tired and short of breath much, much faster. You're basically suffocating your own energy supply just by the way you lean.
Which brings us to a total paradigm shift. Experts agree on this core point. The quality of your walking matters even more than the distance. So many of us fall for the myth that pushing ourselves for longer and longer walks is always the secret to better health. We've got to bust that myth right now. How you walk is 1,000,000 times more important than how far you walk.
Section 3. The perfect walking posture. Okay, so how do we actually fix this? Let's do a quick coaching session from top to bottom on what perfect walking posture should look like after 60. First things first, keep that head up. Second, consciously relax those shoulders. Third, keep your back perfectly straight. Fourth, let your arms just swing naturally. And fifth, land gently from heel to toe. Honestly, you can use those 5 steps as your own personal mental checklist every single time you step out the door.
I want to zero in on foot placement for a second, because it's just so absolutely crucial. A heel-to-toe landing means exactly what it sounds like. You land gently on your heel and smoothly roll right through to your toe. You absolutely want to avoid stomping heavily onto the pavement. Just incorporating that simple fluid roll naturally distributes your body weight perfectly. It sharply reduces the stress on those knees and hips, and trust me, it does wonders for your overall stability and confidence.
Oh, and please, whatever you do, don't forget your arms. Walking around with stiff arms pinned to your sides actually limits your balance and messes with healthy body motion. Natural arm swings are non-negotiable. They really help improve your overall coordination and the efficiency of your walk. So just loosen up, relax, and let them swing naturally right beside you.
Section 4. Why slower is actually better.
All right, moving on to the second biggest mistake I see all the time, trying to walk at some frantic pace from 3 decades ago. It feels totally counterintuitive, but walking too fast can actually do more harm than good. When seniors try to match the blazing pace they had in their 30s, it shortens their breathing, it strains their joints, and it just vastly increases fatigue. Instead, you've got to focus on a steady, controlled rhythm.
Without a doubt, a comfortable pace is almost always the healthiest pace.
Now, setting that perfect pace requires the right foundation. Experts are super clear on this. You need supportive walking shoes with soft cushioning and a proper grip. And this is key. You've got to replace them when they wear out. Worn-out shoes are basically a recipe for disaster. They increase the pressure on your ankles and seriously kill your balance control. And lastly, always start slowly before you even think about gradually increasing your distance.
Now take a look at the number 20. Doctors constantly emphasize that even just a 20-minute daily walk, when you execute it with that correct upright posture, provides massive health benefits over time. That is it. You do not need to be out there pounding the pavement for hours on end to protect your body.
Section 5. The Path to Independence. Bringing this whole thing together, the absolute core takeaway is this: consistency matters so much more than intensity. Mastering this perfect walking technique, it's really about guaranteeing your long-term freedom. Walking correctly after 60 isn't about speed, and it is definitely not a race. It is 100% about protecting your body, improving your daily mobility, and staying independent for as long as humanly possible. Making those tiny little changes today, like fixing that forward lean and remembering to roll from heel to toe, that's exactly how you prevent major life-altering problems tomorrow.
So, I'm going to leave you with a provocative thought to take with you. Will you trade speed and distance for perfect posture on your next walk to ensure your long-term independence? I really want to encourage you to challenge your own daily habits here. The next time you hit the pavement, just be mindful. Keep that head up, roll from heel to toe, and fix that posture. It might just reduce your daily aches and pains, give you a massive boost of energy, and make every single step safer for your body. Thanks so much for exploring this with me today. And hey, enjoy your next walk.